Now, as you all know, 2023 has been a very difficult year for Disney, not just because of the ongoing box office failures, but also because of what's looming, such as the Marvels and Snow White 2024, let alone the Snow White trailer, so to speak, that's also going to stir up more backlash ever since the leaked photographs of the 7 dwarfs really surfaced on the internet quite a while back that really started this whole thing. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future updates. I'm also on Twitter at Mike01. I thank you all so very much for the great and kind support. And let's get into exactly what's going on with Gal Gadot and exactly Disney higher-ups. Now, we know that Bob Iger is really trying to do damage control to an extra length when it comes to Snow White, the live-action remake, and exactly how it's going to be treated with the upcoming promotionals, such as the TV spots, the trailer, and let's not forget about the posters that are being prepped as we speak right now. There's a lot of conversations happening at Disney that they want to begin to roll out the promotional work by the end of October, right around the Halloween season. You know, I don't know if that's intentional or not, but I guess, you know, how it focuses on the old hag / the witch, it might fit in with that being the right time to kind of begin the marketing campaign for Snow White. But let's get into exactly what's going on with Gal and why she's having growing frustrations with Disney, and specifically how it involves Snow White director Mark Webb. Now, you guys may or may not know Mark Webb. He created The Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2. He's also the creator of 500 Days of Summer. Those are his 3 main projects that he's known for. However, this is where matters get even worse, and drama continues behind closed doors at Disney. Now, with Snow White 24 going through many difficulties for Disney to handle, one major development has to do with actress Gal Gadot that involved her final decision to walk away from the Evil Queen spin-off project that was going to be connected to the Snow White 24 film that was planned to take place years before that movie in particular, to focus on her origin tale. However, one significant reason why Gal reportedly is very angered about Snow White 2024 has to do with the fact that there's a reason here that Disney is actually engaging through with the re-edits of the film. Disney is said to be dropping 2 whole major songs that Gal performed for Snow White. This is an attempt to shorten the running time of Snow White since it was close to 3 hours long in length. Gal is reportedly trying to fight against Disney by using director Mark Webb to reason with director, of course, and Disney's decision to cutting her 2 most important songs that she worked on and that she actually worked the hardest on, that were described to be her best performance scenes in the film by Mark Webb. One of which involved the old hag singing in the 3rd act, and the other of which was right after the opening sequence, focusing on the Evil Queen. That was a song about power and the weak. Now, guys, let me just stop here quick. Now, the fact that these re-edits are wreaking havoc on Gal's performances and her songs, it makes you wonder to yourself, how great really were these songs really? Because if you guys want my 2 cents, I don't think that she's all that great of an actress or a singer. That's just my opinion. Alright, just my opinion. I don't know if you guys agree or disagree, but whatever, which is fine. But Gal and her singing, I feel, probably just did not work out in the end. Now, we know that test screenings did not go as bright as Disney planned. A lot of screeners actually had a lot of negative views of Snow White 2024. A lot of it had to do with Rachel Zegler, but also a lot of it had to do with Gal's singing. But they didn't just do it because of her performance. They did this strictly to shave down the running time as well, and to kind of tighten the story, to make it less of a start-to-finish musical, so to speak. They don't want it to be like that too much. They want to lessen the amount of music in this movie, and they may have gone overboard. So, this is where matters get even worse. Now, we know that Gal is, I would say, the more well-balanced individual out of this whole situation, above Rachel Zegler, who was just insufferable to the max. But I still don't give Gal a pass. I mean, she could have easily dodged this project right from the get-go. She could have easily just said no and turned it down, because she knew, guys, let's be real, she knew what she was getting into. She knew what this movie was all about. You know, Disney, really from the very beginning, even before the 7 magical creatures, they wanted the dwarfs to be of different genders and different ethnicities. That's before they were going to make them into different heights. and that was still a thing, so Gal knew exactly what was going on with this film. However, continuing on, Disney is also cutting back on these songs due to the test screenings that have been getting negative feedback by screeners of the running time, and of Gal's appearance as the old hag in Snow White, and her singing to the screeners didn't quite work well with them in the long run. Gal is very offended over Disney's decision, and this drama has been rattling throughout all of Disney behind the scenes, as Mark Webb is the middleman in this situation, as he will be responsible how her songs will be edited out of the final cut of the film, and how he will be instructing the editors on how to do so. Now, her songs will also now be erased from the official trailer, since they were going to tease the songs with a couple of lyrics in the footage presented. Since the trailer is being redone, this is no longer possible, as Disney is hiring a new trailer company to take part in that. Now, here's the other big deal about Snow White. Yes, I know that there were a lot of songs in the 1937 original. We're all very well aware about that. But from what it sounds like, Disney did go overboard with this 24 live-action remake. It sounds like what they were doing is that they almost made Snow White into a beat-for-beat, start-to-finish, every second musical. Back-to-back songs, overloaded with scenes of Snow White, the evil queen, the 7 magical creatures singing back to back. That's what it sounds like to me, at least. We know that there were a lot of songs that were recorded for this film, a lot of which done by both Zegler and Gal, some of which were done by other performances such as Andrew Burnap. He has at least 2 songs in this film. They're still intact in the final cut, by the way, so that joke that Rachel Zegler made about his scenes getting cut were, quite, cold, to be honest. I mean, it just goes to show you that she doesn't really care about other people's feelings or opinions or anything like that. Now, here's the other problem. The test screenings have not been going well, and we've been talking about this for a couple of weeks. The test screenings have not been impressive, and this is exactly why Snow White is going through a re-edit phase. This is their plan A. Their plan B is for some reshoots in the second and third acts, but that's not possible right now, at least, because of the WGA strike and everything happening with SAG. And you know what? It's not going to end. This is going to spill into 2024, I feel, easily. I have a lot of people commenting below lately from the film industry that they believe that, yes, this is going to last at least until February of next year. So we're in it for the long haul, and I think it's going to create a big domino effect on Disney not having a lot of things to release, or any other major Hollywood studio out there to release. So it's going to be an interesting, path, so to speak. So I think that Gal did the right thing by walking away from the Snow White prequel film. We talked about that earlier on. That created a big domino effect, negatively speaking, on Disney. But she's also very frustrated about the fact that her hard work is being cut out at the snap of a finger like that by Disney to shorten down the running time. The fact that they almost made this 3 hours is just ridiculous, might I add. So anyway, guys, drop a comment below. Fill me in below in the comments what you all have to say about this, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I will catch you guys next time.